The economy is still doing bad. People are still struggling. But in the meanwhile, there's a lot of people that's being more transparent than ever. And what I mean by people being transparent, this is a different world that we're living in these days. There's a lot of people that's been posting how much money they make online from their jobs, revealing their paychecks, showing the world. So in this video, I'm about to show you a lot of employees around the world that's posting their paychecks on social media. So let's see what's been going on.
Hi you guys. So it's currently, I think like 8:45, 8:41. I just got home from a shift and I got my first residency paycheck. So I figured I'd come on camera and open it with you guys. So here goes nothing, I guess. Let's see, they got all these whatchamacallits here. Okay, here we go. First look.
I hope you're hungry.
And
for nothing.
Okay. Okay, so gross earnings is $2,227.68. Net pay is $1,774.26. Not horrible. Is this for 40 hours? I don't know how much this is for. Okay, so it has my hourly rate. My hourly rate is $39.78. I don't know how many hours this is for though, in total. So maybe I'll have to do some math or read the email that they sent. But yeah, this is kind of exciting. My first ever residency paycheck. And the only reason why it's hard copy is because we don't have anything set up yet. But yeah, see you guys next time.
Well, let's see how much my McDonald's manager paycheck was for these last 2 weeks. I came to the bank, but I think they're closed. I think I'm going to have to come back after work to actually deposit my check. Let's see. I haven't even looked at it. I usually don't look at it. It's not that bad. 2 weeks worth of work, which is, somebody was asking last time, multiple times. This is for 68 hours, which means I did not work a full 40 hours within the 2 weeks. Yeah, I did not work 40 hours, and I worked 69 hours, and I did get a $10 bonus, and it says they gave me 3 hours of sick time, and it's after taxes $1,056. And I just noticed right here that they have not given me my PTO yet. I've been a manager for a year. They do not give you PTO at my particular store until you've been in management a year, and I have been management a year. So I'm gonna have to ask. But a lot of people are asking what was the before taxes. Before taxes is $12.87. I'm not gonna say how much I make, only because there's kind of like rules within the management, or not. I don't know. I make under $20 an hour, but I definitely make more than 16. And I definitely should be making more, but you have to earn that, you know, things go up. I'm at my year, so I think I should be getting a raise here soon. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I don't know. I don't mind. I don't know. People, I've gotten so much hate about my check. Either people saying they don't understand how I live paycheck to paycheck, or they don't understand how I can't save money. You have to understand. So I make just say this was normal, $1,100, that's $2,200 a month. My rent alone is $1,500, guys. Yes, I have a new car. We needed a car. We didn't have the money to get, the problem was with the car, we didn't have the money to keep putting money into an old car and keep fixing it. So we got a new car thinking that we wouldn't have to fix it, but that hasn't been the case. So there's my check for 2 weeks. I'll be back here in 2 weeks again. Bye.
You want to know how much a registered nurse gets paid? Well, it's payday. Let's look at this nursing paycheck. If you don't know, I am a 24-year-old registered nurse working in psych, and I work in Connecticut. I am a per diem registered nurse, which means I don't work regularly. I pick up shifts here and there, but I get paid $44.77 an hour. For this pay period, I only worked one shift, and it was a night shift. So on top of my $44.77 an hour as base pay, I get an extra $7 an hour for nights and an extra $7 an hour because I worked on the weekend. So getting right into the numbers, I worked a total of 8 hours and 7 minutes. So my total gross was $476.20. My deductions were $47.62. My taxes were $38.80. So I got to take home $389.78. Let me know if this is more or less than you expected for one shift. And of course, if you love pay transparency, please follow me for more.
You've seen nurses living that lavish lifestyle. Let me show you what the paycheck really looks like. This was me a year ago, new grad at a community hospital. I worked a total of 69 hours. Let's see what it comes out to. Total 69.81 hours. Then we're going to see $3,461.51. And guess what I took home? Only $2,500. This is bi-weekly, guys. The glamorous lifestyle is debunked. Now, obviously, this was about 3 hours short of a full paycheck. I started off at $48 an hour. Coming out of school, I was expecting like $60 an hour, right? Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Reflecting on that paycheck, you need to pick up more hours to be able to sustain a lifestyle that is above minimum wage in California. If you're a new grad nurse, comment down below, what is your hourly rate? I'm curious. And I'm sure other new grads and other students are curious. Drop it down below, share, don't gatekeep. Peace.
I love watching paycheck breakdowns. So, I got paid on Friday. Let me tell you guys how much money I made. And please, not too much. I get paid every 2 weeks. I know it's not a lot, okay? Yeah, on this upcoming period, I only worked, it's like about like 38 hours a week. I got paid $1,144.85. Y'all, that's every 2 weeks, y'all. Fuck. First, I gotta pay my car note. Is $973.84. That's leaving me with $171 with 1 cent. Fuck. Now, y'all, I have a Jeep, and Jeeps be giving people problems and stuff, right? So my car warranty a month is $154.04. So I have to pay that. So that leaves me with $16.97. Y'all, damn. Fuck. I can't even buy me a plate of ribs, macaroni. Okay, y'all, I told you guys I've been doing DoorDash to make it ends meet, right? So on my DoorDash card, I went hard this week. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I made $599.62, right? So boom, I gotta pay for my wisdom tooth, right? I got my wisdom tooth removed, right? And it was $5,000. It was 4 wisdom tooth, $5,000, right? The insurance only covered $3,000, so I had to pay $2,000 out of pocket. So I paid $62 a month. It's been like a year. I'm almost done, like just a little bit. So that leaves me with $537.62. Y'all, now it's gas, and I have to put money away for gas every 2 weeks. So basically, it's $130. Every week is $65 in gas. That's a lot, but goddamn, I should have got me a Toyota. Ugh. And next is my credit card, y'all. My balance is literally $900. Like, I maxed that shit out. So I just pay the minimum of $40 so I can't afford to pay the rest. So that leaves me with $407.62. That's kind of crazy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. And I gotta pay my afterpay. And y'all, afterpay, I made a mistake. I started buying shit on afterpay. But this pay period is, I only have to pay $13.37 on afterpay. It was on Fashion Nova, and I only bought like one thing. But then, y'all, Affirm, y'all. I literally pay $52 a month plus, y'all. After I pay my credit card, whatever, right? That leaves the balance to $367.62, right? Boom. Okay, cool. Now I gotta pay afterpay. I bought something on Fashion Nova. I only bought one thing, and that leaves me with $354.25. Then I have Affirm, which is I pay $56.03. So that leaves me with $298.22. Now, y'all, I fucked up, y'all. I have a debt with Affirm. I owe like probably $1,300, something like that. My first payment was on Amazon. It's $131.75. That leaves me with $166.47. Now I got an other payment for Affirm is $131.54. That leaves me for 2 weeks with $34.73 for 2 weeks, y'all. Let me get the fuck off here and go on DoorDash, okay? I need to make money.
I just worked 82 hours and I got paid. It's my first check. Let's see what's going on. Okay, it's not as low as I thought it was. Not feeling okay. I'm not feeling okay.
I'm a resident doctor and I just got paid this morning, so here's how much money I got. So in my paycheck, I received $5,820.12. They also give us a certain amount in our mandatory retirement contribution that comes out of our salary. So in my retirement account, they gave me $576.76. So I got paid essentially a total of $6,396.88. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of context for my hours as a resident. So last week was pretty cheeks, not gonna lie. I had a 24-hour shift on Monday, so I went in at 7 a.m. Monday, and I left the hospital at about 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, and then I was in the OR for about 12 hours per day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I did another 24-hour shift on Saturday, so Saturday about 6:30 a.m. to Sunday at about 7 a.m. So it was essentially a 7-day work week because I worked Monday into Tuesday and Saturday into Sunday. And I had two 24-hour shifts in that time. And that was just 1 week out of the month. So just a little context for what our hours look like as residents.
How much I make as a new grad nurse? I got my first nursing paycheck yesterday for a total of 61 hours. So it's not a full check, but it's money. It's money, right? It's money. But I've been telling y'all that I made $32 an hour. I lied. I don't make that much. So my company actually got bought out by another company when they hired me. So what they offered me, they had to re-sign my offer letter yesterday. And technically I made $31.22. So I got like a pay cut in my base, but guess what? Here's the ringer. I got a bigger shift differential. So I get a $4 shift differential for working the shift that I work. So technically I made $35.22. And if I work the weekends, my weekends to work, I make an extra $8 on top of that. So I technically make around 38 on the weekends. And like last week I had to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was my weekend to work. I'm making $38 an hour. That's kind of crazy. We lit! Because I was kind of wondering why, like I said, $32 an hour, I only worked 61 hours, and it's $17.54 for my paycheck. I'm like, damn, that's good money. And I was like, I didn't think it was going to be that much. Like I said, I only worked 61 hours, so technically missing 20 hours off the check because they do pay us for 80 hours. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. Hold on. So right here is my pay rate, y'all. So I get paid $31.22. Then my shift div, just a regular shift, is a $4 differential is right there. Then the weekend, the WE is $8, right? Yep. So I get $8 differential. And then this is how much taxes they took out from South Carolina. I am an LPN. And they took out a total of $470 dollars. That was my gross. And that is a total hour. So it's like almost 62 hours, low key. But like that's still good money. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I kind of lied and told people I was making 32. I technically made more than 32. I made about 35 as a new grad nurse, which is kind of crazy because, bro, I'm going to take a pay cut when I get my RN degree. Because I don't think there's no many jobs. Well, I'm in South Carolina. There's no jobs that can already start me off at 35 as a new grad RN. Like most of the jobs that I've been seeing is like they starting you off at 31 and you get like a $3 differential, so like 33, 34. But it'll be worth it because I can do more and stuff like that. So, but I am going back for my RN in July. And I got 2 jobs, y'all. So my other job, I make $27 an hour at the hospital. But this is a nursing home paycheck. I am an LPN. But I'm going to also start posting videos about me breaking down what I do with my money and how I invest it because I'm not about to be blowing money. Okay, but if y'all want to see that, just comment down below so you can be brought back to the next payday video. But yeah, thank you for all the support, man, and I love you guys.
I'm a doctor. And how much money do you make per year as a doctor? So short answer, I make around 50 to 55,000 a month. So that's 600 to 660,000 in the year.
Wow. And how many years of experience do you have as a doctor? How long you been doing this for?
I'm actually a baby doctor. I just graduated residency in June, so a couple months in. But I did 4 years of college, 1 year of master's, 4 years of med school, and 3 years of residency. So 12 years total.
Wow. Now, what type of doctor are you? What exactly do you do?
I'm an ER doctor. Whenever patients come into the ER, we treat them. So it could be anything from a little kid with appendicitis, a pregnant patient that's bleeding, a dead patient that comes in and we have to bring them back. So anything, from a wide variety of base. Yeah.
And how many hours a week or a month do you work?
I work a lot. I work like 17 to 20 shifts a month, and so that's around like 183 hours.
Wow.
But the average ER doctor doesn't usually work that much as an attending. They work like around 120 hours.
Wow. Now, going to school for 12 years and making what you make now, do you think that was a good decision looking back?
Yeah, I mean, I love what I do. I go to bed every night and feel fulfilled, and I get excited to get up and go to work. And, I feel like I'm making a difference, and, I'm just practicing medicine and doing the best for those people.
Now, after watching all those employees reveal how much they make online, I would like to know this. Which one was y'all favorite? Because my favorite one was the McDonald's manager. And the reason why my favorite one was the McDonald's manager is because a lot of people think McDonald's employees don't earn as much as other companies. But she proved y'all wrong. Like how she was saying, she make less than 20 but more than 16, and she should be making more. In reality, she should be making more. But like how she was saying, the only thing I didn't like about the McDonald's manager position is that it take a whole year for paid time off, and that's too long for me. It should be sooner than that. But as you can see, some people was making $39 an hour, $45 an hour, and then after taxes take so much of your money, you really can't afford nothing because you still have bills and everything is going up. And what it looks like to me, it seems like no matter how much you make, it seems like they was all making the same thing to me. And I know that sounds crazy, even though the pay rate was different, but it didn't seem too much different. The only thing that seemed different than the others is when that one employee, when she revealed that she made like $12,000 in a month, but that was her bonus included. But then after taxes, she was getting like $6,000 and some change. And then she was talking about she want to file exempt, but she's scared to file exempt because she's scared to owe taxes. Because you don't want the IRS coming to get you. And it's crazy out here because there's a lot of people that's struggling. But the only one that seemed like they could survive in this economy was the doctor that went to school. And that's the only reason why he could survive in this economy is because what he make in a month is what the majority of people make in a year. The average American is probably making 50 to 70 grand in a year. And that's considered good money to most people without overtime. Because if you making more than that, you most likely doing overtime unless you just got a good job. Now, if you making 100 and some thousand a year without overtime, that's pretty decent. But the majority, they have to work overtime. And that's considered a good job when you making 50 to 70. A lot of people don't make that. As you can see, that's why it's a lot of transparency. Online, there's a different story. It's a lot of people posting online, being transparent. Social media has changed the world. Because I remember when you didn't supposed to reveal how much you make. Because at the end of the day, that was between you and your employer. Because just think about it. Say if you making more than somebody at your job, they're going to be mad at the company if the company is paying them more for them to do the same job that you're doing. So that's why I really wouldn't reveal But to each his own. Everybody is different. Sometimes you need to, but in reality, you really don't have to be honest. Because at the end of the day, you showing that, people are going to critique it, but people still struggling. It's not enough money, as you can see. Based on these videos, it's not enough money, except for the doctor. And he still may be struggling because the cost of living is expensive. But he had to put in years for him to be okay. Because houses, I don't know if he got a house or not, but like how he was saying, he just really started. But houses are 300, 400,000, 200,000. And then I don't know how much they take from him because he makes so much from taxes. How much he get to see after the 600,000 he making. So that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel about this one. Share it in the comments. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.